You know that feeling when you're stressed out and overwhelmed? You feel like life is just too much to handle. In those moments, we all want to be mentally unbreakable, to have the inner strength to face whatever comes our way. But how do we achieve this seemingly impossible feat? Today, we're diving into an ancient philosophy that can help us become emotionally resilient and mentally tough. Get ready to explore Stoicism and discover how its timeless wisdom can transform your life. Welcome to our channel, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. If you're not subscribed yet, you're missing out breaking down the best books in the world so you can get the key knowledge in less than 20 minutes. Today's book is Stoicism Explained by William B. Irvine. Let's dive right in. Stoicism, a philosophy founded in Athens around 300 BC by Zeno of Citium. It gained immense popularity during the Roman Empire with luminaries like Marcus Aurelius, the emperor who penned the famous Meditations, the Stoics, Seneca, Epictetus, and many others. At its core, Stoicism is a way of life that emphasizes virtue, reason, and living in harmony with nature. According to the Stoics, the key to happiness and fulfillment lies in understanding and embracing the principles of nature and reason. The central tenet of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control, which asserts that there are things we can control and things we can't. External events, other people's opinions, and our own judgments are all beyond our grasp. However, our thoughts, actions, and reactions are entirely within our power. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't, freeing ourselves from unnecessary stress and anxiety. By accepting the things we cannot change, we can find peace and clarity in a world full of uncertainties. In modern psychology, the Stoic principle of dichotomy control aligns with the concept of cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, which focuses on the power of our thoughts and beliefs in shaping our emotions and behaviors. CBT teaches us to identify and challenge negative thought patterns and replace them with more positive and constructive ones. Similarly, Stoicism encourages us to focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. By practicing CBT techniques, we can cultivate greater self-awareness and emotional resilience, enabling us to navigate life's challenges with greater ease and well-being. For instance, imagine you're stuck in traffic on your way to an important meeting. Instead of getting angry and frustrated, you can practice the Stoic mindset by accepting the situation and focusing on what you can control, such as your breathing or the music you're listening to. You can also use the opportunity to listen to a podcast or make a phone call. By letting go of the things you can't control, like the traffic, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and create space for inner peace. But what does all this have to do with being mentally unbreakable? Well, Stoicism isn't just about accepting things as they are. It's also about actively working to improve ourselves and the world around us. By embracing virtue as the highest good and aligning our actions with nature and reason, we can cultivate inner strength and resilience. When we face challenges and setbacks, we can draw upon our Stoic training to remain calm, focused, and determined. We learn to bounce back quickly and keep moving forward toward our goals. Here are some of my favorite quotes from Stoic philosophers and their practical interpretations. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that while we cannot control external events, we always have the power to choose how we react to them. Our thoughts and beliefs shape our reality, and by cultivating a positive and resilient mindset, we can find strength in the face of any challenge. The Stoics believed in cultivating 4 cardinal virtues, unshakable pillars of character, that when practiced daily, lead to a meaningful and resilient life. 1. Wisdom. Wisdom is the ability to see the world clearly, to make sound judgments, and to act in accordance with reason. For the Stoics, wisdom was not just intellectual knowledge, it was practical intelligence. It meant understanding what is truly good, what is bad, and what is indifferent. It is not things themselves that disturb us, but our opinions about them. Epictetus, a wise person, therefore, does not get swept away by emotion or public opinion. They remain anchored in reality, carefully considering their judgments before reacting. Wisdom means asking, is this in my control? Am I acting according to nature and reason? In our modern world, this virtue trains us to filter distractions, question our beliefs, and stay grounded amidst chaos. It's the virtue that guides all others. 2. Courage. Courage in Stoicism goes far beyond heroic acts on a battlefield. It is the quiet strength to face adversity, loss, pain, injustice, and failure without losing yourself. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor who faced plague, war, betrayal, and personal grief, wrote to himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Courage is required to stay ethical in a corrupt world, to speak truth when silence is easier, to endure suffering with dignity, and to keep moving forward when life seems unbearable. The Stoic trains for courage by voluntarily accepting discomfort, waking early, fasting, or embracing silence, not to suffer pointlessly, but to grow stronger. Modern courage is telling the truth, setting boundaries, facing rejection, or living by your values in a society that rewards conformity. 3. Justice. Justice for the Stoics was not about laws or courts. It was moral justice, acting fairly, honestly, and for the benefit of others. It meant doing what is right, even when it costs you something. What is not good for the beehive cannot be good for the bee. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic, believes that we are all part of a single human family. No one exists in isolation. We owe it to one another to be just, to serve, and to uplift, not because society tells us to, but because it is our duty as rational beings. In practice, justice looks like keeping your promises, refusing to lie, cheat, or exploit, treating others with dignity, regardless of status, speaking up when you see wrongdoing. Today, justice asks, are you making the world better or just your life easier? 4. Temperance. Temperance is self-mastery. It's the ability to say enough when the world screams more, to enjoy life's pleasures without becoming enslaved by them. Seneca warned that pleasure can be more dangerous than pain because it seduces us slowly. No man is free who is not master of himself. Temperance doesn't mean rejection of pleasure, it means balance. It's the strength to control your impulses, delay gratification, and use reason to moderate behavior. In the age of overstimulation, temperance is more relevant than ever. Resisting the urge to scroll endlessly. Eating for nourishment, not emotion. Speaking only when it's useful. Spending wisely. Saying no to what doesn't align with your deeper purpose. Temperance is freedom from addiction, distraction, and overindulgence. It's what keeps the other virtues from being corrupted. Together, these virtues form the Stoic ideal. The Stoic doesn't chase happiness. He or she builds character. Virtue is the only true good. The world may fall apart. Fortunes may vanish. Loved ones may die. Your health may decline. But if you've trained yourself in wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, you remain whole. A man is not hurt by what happens, but by his opinion about what happens. Epictetus. These virtues are not abstract theories. They are tools, weapons, shields, and they must be practiced every day in silence and discomfort, in difficulty and in joy. The happiness of your life depends on the quality of your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius emphasizes the importance of our thoughts in determining our overall happiness and well-being. By focusing on positive and constructive thoughts, we can enhance our mental health and lead a more fulfilling life. Practicing gratitude, mindfulness, and self-awareness can help us cultivate a healthier thought pattern and ultimately greater happiness. It's not what happens to us that matters, but how we respond. Epictetus teaches us that external events themselves do not cause suffering. Rather, it's our judgments and reactions to those events that create pain. By developing the ability to observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, we can free ourselves from unnecessary suffering and find peace in the midst of chaos. He who is not satisfied with what he has is not satisfied with himself. Seneca reminds us that true satisfaction comes from within rather than from external circumstances. By cultivating contentment and gratitude for what we already have, we can break free from the cycle of constantly chasing after more and find happiness in the present moment. Practicing mindfulness and appreciating the beauty in everyday life can help us cultivate a sense of inner peace and satisfaction. It's not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more who is poor. Epictetus reminds us that true wealth and happiness come not from material possessions, but from a sense of inner peace and contentment. By focusing on what we already have and practicing gratitude, we can break free from the trap of greed and envy and find true fulfillment in life. Now that we understand the core principles of Stoicism and its potential to build resilience and emotional control, let's look at how it can be applied in real life. Imagine you've just lost your job through no fault of your own. Instead of wallowing in self-pity and despair, you can practice the Stoic mindset by accepting the situation and focusing on what you can control, such as your attitude and actions. You remind yourself that this setback is only temporary and that you possess the skills and experience to find a new job. You reach out to your network, update your resume, and start applying for new positions. Despite the initial shock and sadness, you bounce back quickly and land a new job that offers new opportunities and challenges. But wait, there's more. As you settle into your new job, you realize that it's not the right fit. While it may be tempting to panic and consider quitting, you remember your Stoic training and take a step back to assess the situation calmly. You ask yourself whether the issues you're facing are within your power to control. Perhaps there are aspects of the job that you can change or improve through your actions. If not, you accept the situation and focus on finding the best possible solution within the given constraints. This Stoic approach allows you to navigate this challenging period with grace and resilience, ultimately leading to a more positive outcome. When faced with obstacles and setbacks, we can draw upon our Stoic training to remain level-headed and composed. By focusing on what we can control, embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, and seeking wisdom in difficult situations, we can maintain our inner peace and move forward with determination. The Stoic approach to dealing with setbacks is not about ignoring or denying the negative emotions that arise. Rather, it's about acknowledging these feelings and choosing how to respond to them in a healthy and productive manner. By practicing self-awareness and emotional regulation, we can turn setbacks into opportunities for growth and self-improvement. Here are some habits that can help you develop a Stoic mindset. Journaling is a powerful tool for self-reflection and personal growth. By keeping a daily journal, you can explore your thoughts, emotions, and experiences, gaining a deeper understanding of yourself and your motivations. Through journaling, you can identify patterns of thinking and behavior, recognize areas for improvement, and track your progress over time. This practice fosters self-awareness and helps you cultivate a Stoic mindset by encouraging introspection and personal accountability. Practicing mindfulness and engaging in activities that promote presence and awareness can help you stay grounded in the present moment. By focusing on your breath, observing your thoughts, and fully engaging in everyday activities, you can cultivate a sense of inner calm and clarity. This practice aligns with the Stoic emphasis on accepting the present moment and finding contentment in the here and now. Reflecting on your day and evaluating your actions and reactions can help you gain insight into your behavior and decision-making processes. By taking time to review your experiences, you can identify areas where you excelled and pinpoint areas for improvement. This practice enables you to learn from both your successes and failures, fostering personal growth and self-awareness. Regular self-reflection is an essential aspect of the Stoic approach to personal development and achieving wisdom. As we come to the end of our exploration into Stoicism, let's summarize the key takeaways and empower you with a final Stoic message. Stoicism is an ancient philosophy with timeless wisdom that can guide us toward becoming mentally unbreakable. By embracing its core principles, including the dichotomy of control, seeking wisdom, and embracing challenges, we can cultivate inner strength and resilience. Stoicism encourages us to focus on what we can control, to align our actions with nature and reason, and to find wisdom in all aspects of life. As we put these principles into practice, we'll find ourselves better equipped to face whatever challenges come our way, knowing that we have the power to shape our own destiny and create a fulfilling life. Control and the dichotomy of control. One of the most powerful and enduring ideas in Stoic philosophy comes from Epictetus, a former slave turned philosopher. Some things are up to us, and some things are not. This deceptively simple idea is the cornerstone of Stoic thinking. It's called the dichotomy of control. Let's break this down. What is under our control? According to Epictetus, the things we can control are our thoughts and opinions, how we interpret events, what we believe, and what meaning we assign to experiences. Our intentions and desires, the goals we choose, the values we uphold, and what we strive for in life. Our actions, how we respond, how we behave, how we choose to live. These are internal things. They begin and end with us. They are within our sphere of influence, and therefore they are where our freedom and power truly lie. What is not under our control? Then there are the things that are not up to us. The actions of others, the weather, the economy, our reputation in other people's eyes, whether we get sick or stay healthy, whether our plans succeed or fail. These are external things. No matter how much effort we put in, we can't force them to go our way. We might influence them slightly, but we never truly control them. Why this distinction matters. The Stoics believe that understanding and accepting this distinction is the foundation of a tranquil life. Most of our emotional suffering comes from trying to control things that are fundamentally out of our hands. We stress over what people think of us. We worry about outcomes we can't guarantee. We blame ourselves for things we couldn't have prevented. But when we focus only on what we can control, our attitude, our effort, our response, we reclaim our inner peace. The root of freedom, according to the Stoics, doesn't come from changing the external world. It comes from changing our relationship with it. If we can say, I did my best. The result is not up to me, and truly mean it, we are free. If we can lose something we care about and say, it was never truly mine to begin with, we are free. This is not passivity. It's clarity. We are still called to act, to try, to care, but without being emotionally enslaved by the outcome. Modern example, think of an athlete. They can train hard, focus, and give their absolute best in a competition. But whether they win or not also depends on things beyond their control, the weather, the judges, the performance of others. A Stoic athlete finds satisfaction not in the medal, but in knowing they did their part well. They leave the rest to fate. Daily application, every day. We are given countless moments where we can practice this. When someone cuts us off in traffic, can we control them? No. But we can control whether we curse or stay calm. When our plans fall apart, can we control the circumstances? No, but we can choose to adapt. When people gossip about us, can we stop them? No, but we can choose to live honestly and focus on our own integrity. Letting go is strength. Letting go is not weakness, it's wisdom. The Stoics weren't telling us to be indifferent. They were telling us to care about the right things. By accepting the limits of our control, we actually gain more power because we stop wasting energy on the impossible and focus it on what truly matters. So the next time you find yourself anxious, overwhelmed, or angry, pause and ask yourself, is this within my control? If the answer is no, breathe, let go, and move on. That is Stoicism in action. Negative visualization and Memento Mori, the Stoics were not escapists. They didn't sugarcoat reality or shy away from the darker aspects of human existence. Instead, they deliberately turned toward discomfort, loss, and death, not to be pessimistic, but to become mentally and spiritually strong. One of the most powerful practices in Stoicism is negative visualization, the act of imagining the loss of things we value most, our possessions, relationships, status, health, even life itself. This isn't about obsessing over tragedy. It's a conscious and strategic exercise to prepare our minds for change and cultivate deep appreciation. Ask yourself, what if I lost my job tomorrow? What if this was the last time I saw someone I love? What if I woke up without my health? By visualizing such losses, Stoics didn't become anxious. They became grateful. Every small moment became more precious. Every encounter more meaningful. Life more vivid. Closely tied to this is Memento Mori, a Latin phrase meaning, remember that you must die. It may sound grim, but for the Stoics it was liberating. Mortality was not a reason to despair, it was a reason to live fully and urgently. Death wasn't the enemy. Wasting life was. Marcus Aurelius wrote, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. That one sentence is a call to action, to stop delaying what matters, to let go of petty worries, to live in accordance with your deepest values today, not someday, because someday might never come. Memento Mori is not a morbid meditation. It's a lens of clarity. It reminds us that time is finite, and that the worst mistake is to live as if we had endless amounts of it. Memento Mori is not a morbid meditation. It's a lens of clarity. It reminds us that time is finite and that the worst mistake is to live as if we had endless amounts of it. Now it's time to take action. Start by identifying small changes you can make in your daily routine to incorporate Stoic principles. Set aside time for self-reflection and mindfulness, and don't be afraid to seek guidance from mentors or communities that can support your journey. Remember that lasting change requires consistent effort, so be patient with yourself and celebrate your progress along the way. As you embrace the Stoic mindset, you'll discover a new sense of inner strength, resilience, and purpose. You'll learn to navigate life's challenges with grace and wisdom, knowing that you have the power to shape your own destiny. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to show your support. Your support means the world to us and inspires us to continue creating valuable content. Thank you for joining us on this journey of self-discovery and personal growth. May you find strength and wisdom in the timeless teachings of Stoicism, and may you strive to become the best version of yourself. Until next time, keep embracing the Stoic mindset and becoming mentally unbreakable.